Look, you hear it with them brain surfing boys. Not sponsored by Anchor, but definitely getting held down by them. With Anchor.com, you can record your thoughts, your feelings, and voice them out for the world to hear. The best part about Anchor is you record your content here, and it will be linked to every other major podcast platform. If you're not down with Anchor yet, you're missing out. But like I said, Anchor.com, rock with us. Cuff. Come catch these waves. The Brain Surfing Podcast. I'm on some other shit, constantly giving content. Other niggas just came and went. My ex bitch was light skinned, like the whip. I switched the tint. Said I got a podcast. This bitch think we fresh and fit. Everything make me stand out. Never needed a handout. Podcast high demand. While they saying I'm the man now. Comments coming in. Brain surfing say I'm too legit. The Brain Surfing Podcast on Instagram. Like a pic. Hey. What's going on, world? It's your boy Cuff with the Brain Surfing Podcast. And I kind of always wonder how it would be to be a biracial kid in a household where your siblings are all white and your mom is white, and that's the dynamic of the household. You know what I'm saying? I would hate to assume it'd be a lot of issues and stuff like that, but in the same sense, I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Now, everybody's situation is different, but today we got a guest right here, and she gonna tell us a little bit about her situation. So, if you want to tell us your name, where you're from, a little information about you before we kick it off.
I'm Aubrey. I'm from Minneapolis. Just a little crazy story about my history, little relationship with my mom, a lot of turmoil, ups and downs, little out of the ordinary though.
Right.
So, just a little quick background. I was born in northern Minnesota. I am biracial. My dad is black. My mom is white. I have a brother that is the same age as me. We were born 1 month apart. Shout out to
Oh
my
man,
dad.
damn, dad was getting it.
Yeah. So, but my parents were not together growing up, but both of my parents were in my life. And my mom, kind of early on when I was really young, gave me a little hint of just what she was struggling with her mental health, or foreshadowed to how our relationship might turn out later. But
Right.
I guess I didn't realize how much it would domino as I grew older. My mom does suffer from what I believe to be borderline personality disorder, maybe just depression and anxiety.
Right.
She's at least been diagnosed with depression and anxiety, but as I've done therapy, my therapist has said you should really read about borderline personality disorder. It sounds like your mom might have some of those traits, or that might be what she's suffering from. So just kind of jumping ahead, that my mom has taken me to court, or not press charges, but taken me to court, um, called police, and called Child Protective Services on me more than once.
A whole lot to make your life harder than it already is.
Yeah, exactly. Um, as early as 10 years old, I went to live with my dad because me and my mom did not see eye to eye. Even at 10, we would butt heads a lot. Um, I don't know if part of it is a race thing because I'm biracial and she's white.
Right.
Because after me, she never was with another black man, and she has another child, but with a white man. Right. So I do have a white sister.
Yeah. I always kind of wonder how that be when siblings be like that. I don't know why, but I always kind of wonder how that be. Like, be like a one biracial kid, and then like one or two white kids. Like, I always wonder how that is.
It's different for sure. And then me and my sister are 7 years apart, so kind of got two different upbringings,
Mm-hmm.
just different time periods. But um, yeah, it's different. That's definitely different.
Yeah.
And then my dad would kind of reinforce that. My dad and my mom would butt heads a lot. They never saw eye to eye. And even when I was a baby, my dad had to fight to be able to have visitation with me. My mom kind of tried to put a case on him, call police on him, and get child protection involved with him, so that she's got this history of doing this child protection thing.
Right.
And yeah, just my dad fought really, really hard to just prove himself to the courts and do whatever necessary to be in my life, and I'm grateful for that. But my mom definitely made it really hard for him. Um, yeah, um, when I was 19, I had my first son, kind of skipping way ahead.
Yeah.
I got pregnant with him my senior year of high school, had him out of high school. Um, my mom was definitely critical, as any mom would be, about their daughter as a teen having a baby.
Right.
But my mom would kind of do below the belt things like say, do you really think you can take care of him by yourself? And this is after I had him, after he was already in this world and I already had him by myself, you know?
Yeah. Well, that was her way of kind of letting you know that she wasn't gonna help you, or what?
Yeah. Even throughout my pregnancy, I went to go live in kind of like a shelter.
Right.
I kind of got the tough love from my parents, both parents, even though, you know, obviously they were together, they have separate houses, but I got the tough love from my parents, and so I went to go live somewhere where they would take in women and children. And when my son was about 9 months old, I begged my mom to come back home because I didn't want to live in that place anymore. And she was like, okay, we're going to write up a contract, and you are going to sign over your tax return when you file it, and you're going to pay us $300 in rent every month.
Who,
your mom?
Like, okay, your mom wrote that up?
Yeah, she wrote up a contract and had me sign a dotted line agreeing to various things, not just $300 a month and the tax return, but
That's crazy. The tax return is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy.
oh, she's taken 3 of my tax returns in full.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just made me say like I was gonna keep my room clean, as you know, anybody living in their parents' home, they know. That I was gonna go on antidepressants because I was against that at that time. Um, and that's another thing we would have a rivalry about, like where she would be like, "You need to be on meds because she takes medication," and we just butt heads about that. Like, I don't know. So, um, just a couple other things about just picking up after myself, kind of thing. Um, just rules and regulations of if I wanted to move back home. And mind you, at this point, I'm 19.
Right.
So I'm not a child anymore, but I was still really, really young adult, you know?
Yeah. And you in your mom crib, so she gonna have some rules and shit.
Yeah, which is understandable. And I'm, you know, if I had, when my children one day are young adults, I'll have expectations for them as well if they want to live in my house still, you know?
Right. Right.
So I feel that. But yeah, just, I don't know. So um, during the time I was living there, she just would kind of do things that are kind of overstepping. Like, let's say I had a car, I have a young son or whatever, and I would drive. My mom lives like 45 minutes outside of Minneapolis. So I was, as a young adult, I'm like always trying to come to the city to hang out with friends, do different things, whatever. I did not want to be way out there in the boondocks. I want to be in the city.
Yeah.
So, um, my mom would like always try to track where I was. or think I was lying about where I was, or call people who I say I'm with to confirm that I'm not lying, that I'm with them. And I'm 19. Like, I understand I live there, but I have, to this day, I'm 30. I have never had any criminal charges brought against me. Like, maybe some speeding tickets, whatever, something petty. But I've never had like this criminal history or anything. She would treat me like I was a criminal or I was up to no good or there's something I must be hiding
Yeah,
or
that shit's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I never had a parent like that. I hear about other people having overbearing parents and stuff like that, but like that's crazy. I couldn't. Nah, I couldn't do it.
overbearing isn't even the word. It's kind of like she just smothers her kids. She could do this with both me and my sister, but I've seen it the most with myself, especially since I've had children. Like, she really oversteps, is the best way I can describe it.
Yeah,
She's kind of a control freak, and she'll do as much as like using my personal information that I've trusted her with. She's my mom. To call and obtain information about me, like because she knows my social and whatever.
yeah, that shit's crazy. I ain't gonna lie
She
to
just
you.
goes too far, and
Yeah,
but in her mind, she thinks that it's justified. That she's in her mind, it's like if I don't take control and if I don't, over mom the situation, she's not able to do it on her own.
yeah, that's man.
But it's toxic though. you know,
Yeah, I couldn't.
however you want to view it, it's still toxic.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. I know a few people that they like that with their parents, but like I say, I could never. I mean, I don't want to say like I wouldn't let it happen to me because I don't know how it gets to that, but like shit, man, listen, I'll be gone.
Man. So at that time, when I was living with my mom, I did start dating who now is my second child's father. But at the time, we didn't have any children together.
Right.
Um, I started dating him, and I was living at my mom's house, and my mom could not stand him. Like, my mom comes from a very affluent family, um, very, I don't know, people that have done big things, and um, they're very conservative, Republican.
Yeah.
She's kind of more like the black sheep because she had me. I'm biracial, and then she had another child out of wedlock,
Right.
and like anybody of my mom's siblings that have children were married to their person
Yeah.
that they had the child with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I see where you're going with that. Yeah, I feel you.
so yeah, my mom, her family is kind of bougie, and I don't know. I guess maybe she carried shame herself, so then me having children the same way, she frowned on it.
Yeah.
And then me bringing this man around. Um, both of my children's fathers are black. They both have been to jail. They both like, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
kind of roughneck type. And my
Yeah.
mom, she's not approving of that at all. And as any parent wouldn't be.
Right.
But
But with your
when I
mom,
was
it's probably to a whole nother level though.
to a whole nother level. Exactly. So it's almost like I kind of disgusted her being with men like that. You
Right.
know, like
Right.
I don't know, and I kind of feel like she has her own prejudices. That's a whole nother conversation when it comes to black people in general. But
Yeah.
yeah, at least if I was gonna be with somebody black, they at least could have had some type of status or money or something. Maybe that would have given them a pass.
Yeah. You saying that's how your mom view it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So when I was with my daughter's dad, and at this time again, I have my son, but it is not his. We just started our relationship, and I'm living in her house. One time he called me from jail. She literally used to pull my phone calls live while she can hear me because the vents in the house. I'm in the basement. She's upstairs, and she came running downstairs and said, "Who are you talking to in jail?" I'm like, "How do you know I'm talking to somebody in jail?" And she was phone and tell him don't call here again. Like, if he wants to talk to you, he can write you a letter. You will not be taking jail calls. And I was like, what the hell? But she used to pull my phone records, like, see my phone number, see who I talk to, all that. Like, be all in all my conversations. Just,
Hey, she was
yeah,
gone. That shit's crazy. Hell no.
crazy.
Hey,
So,
look. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
as the relationship progressed, I did move out of my mom's house. I started kind of staying with that boyfriend, and she just, again, she was condescending when she talked to me. I just kind of like disgusted her because I was with him, and it's
Yeah.
like, what kind of a person is with somebody like that, you know?
Right.
And that relationship did become abusive, and it was toxic. It was a bad situation. Instead of my mom saying, I remember I called her from the hospital once. He put me in the hospital. She said, "It's things like this, Aubrey, that make me wish I was dead." She didn't
Damn.
say, like, what hospital are you at? What's the room number? What's the prognosis? Are you okay? What about your doctor? What do you say? She didn't say anything about my well being. She just said, I make her wish she was dead.
Yo, that's wild. No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm with the like honestly, while you talking, I'm with the whole tough love shit. I think your mom took it to a whole different level. But I'm with the whole tough love shit though. Cool. As you talking, it's like I do understand, like other than the race part, you know what I'm saying? But like I understand where she would want you to be with somebody
At least just
who
better.
has stuff going
Doesn't treat me
on.
right.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Has their
And
stuff
then
together. Yeah.
like going further to the second guy you was messing with, I could see why you staying with her and having a boyfriend of any race, not like particular him being African American. That's the part that's really janky for me. But if that was part of it, but having any boyfriend at all and not focusing more on getting your stuff together for you and your kid, I could see her having a problem with stuff like that. But the way she went about it, in the race being a part of it, that's really what make it fucked up.
Yeah. Or just, if you see that your daughter can do better, you see your daughter as a beautiful young woman that you raised her to be, you would think a mother would more so be like intervening and just loving on her daughter and trying to get her to see who she is as a woman,
You know
or
what's
you know what I'm
you know
saying,
what's
like
you know
build
what's
her up.
and you know what's crazy? I feel like with kids, I think you do the groundwork from the day they born up until about like somewhere in that 16 to 18 age. Like after that, you can't like how they are. You gotta do the work in between that time because like they're kind of how they are, how they think. You can't really alter it much by the time they get to 16 to 18. You know what I'm saying? Like you could try, but they really ain't. How they are, that's kind of how they are.
Yeah.
Unless maybe something real bad happened and that make them switch it up. But other than that, like the parent really can't, especially even more with little boys. I can't speak fully on how it is with girls, like not fully, but I know with boys, by the time they get 16 at the latest, man, however you raising to be, like that's kind of how.
Everybody's telling me about my son. I gotta mold him now because once he's 16, it's over.
Yeah, but it could be before that though. Hey, hold on one second. What? All right, go ahead. Make sure that TV off. But yeah, you were saying what though about your son?
Oh, just that people are telling me once he's 16 that it's over with. So I need to mold him now,
Yeah,
get him
honestly,
together
but
now.
honestly, with single moms, for real, especially when the dad isn't in the son life like kind of heavily, um, and I hate telling this shit to single mom. I hate saying this shit, but it's really the truth though. For real, you got to like between 12 and 14. Like little boys, especially like single moms, they don't listen to their mom like that once they get to a certain age. And that's like that preteen, teenager age. That what
Yeah.
the mom say, that shit don't really mean a damn thing. I ain't gonna lie to you. That it'd be out the window.
Yeah, Kyron's dad. If you listen, come get your son. No.
Yeah, for real. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's I don't know, like I always say, man, it's tough for like single moms out here because raising especially little boys, like I don't care what no women says. Every woman needs a man in their life for their kids at the least. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
having that male figure around, like heavenly, that shit is very fucking important.
yeah, that's real. But I guess my biggest point was like when I spoke to her when I was in the hospital and she
Yeah,
said that to me, it was like um, I would hope that if a mother is struggling with whatever about her daughter's choices in men or whatever the case may be, that she would love on her through that or like try to help her, do something helpful towards her, even if it was like you said, tough love. I feel like the way that she was in that moment was not the tough love that I needed at
yeah,
all.
yeah,
Like
yeah. That wasn't cool at all. That wasn't cool at all. Nah, not in that moment, especially.
that wasn't like motherly love. Like that was from a cold, bitter place, you know?
Yeah, she could have gained. She could have like, if she wanted to get that message across, she could have did it a lot more softer, like going to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Holding your hand, consoling you, but at the same time, let you know like you know what I'm saying, baby. These are the things I was trying to warn you about. The things that you know what I'm saying. Like
That part.
that, it could have been more along those lines. That'd have been a lot more acceptable and easy for you to take in.
And her saying that to me wasn't gonna. If anything, it pushed me further away from her and closer to him.
Right.
Because if I don't, if I'm not vibing with my own mom and she turns her back on me when I need her the most like that, I'm gonna run to him, right back to him, where there's another form of love. Like
Yeah. Or
I
some
don't
or
know.
something that you feel is love, because I don't know. Like I say, for women to be hard, cause y'all emotions is different and shit. But y'all be kind of stuck with guys or messing with guys that I look at as a man. I can see a girl messing with a dude, and right away I know, like, oh yeah, she tripping. If she try to be serious with a nigga, she tripping fucking with him. And I be wondering, like how she don't see that, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It'd be like very clear, like. So in my head, it's like I guess women just ignore it, or maybe y'all just can't see it until it's too late. I don't know what the hell, but it'd be crazy though.
yeah. I mean, love is blind, and yeah, women we put up with a lot more for a lot longer, in my opinion.
Look, and check me out, and check me out. And this is the thing though. Even because I agree, love is blind. And when once you fall in love, then it's like damn near it's hard to let go, regardless of what going on, right? But I don't even get how a lot of women get to the point where they listen. I know dudes like you know what I'm saying, and they be girls be for real trying to be with them for real from week one, week two, the first month. I'm like, you ain't in love yet, but you see that this nigga's not.
Yeah,
I don't know. And men do it too, though. In the same sense, men do it. We see things in women we can't deal with, but because of one thing or two things, whatever it may be, we keep messing with them. But end up tragic usually.
yeah. It's life.
But that's where that self awareness and self accountability come in. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, big time. I personally right now I do 3 different sessions of therapy every week.
Right.
Like one is a group therapy and two of the other are individual therapy, but it's very necessary for me personally, just with things that I've dealt with.
Yeah.
Um, and it's probably a little past due actually, but better late than never.
Right. Yeah. You damn right. Hey, well, look, check me out. Appreciate you stopping by, giving us your story, and we're gonna continue this on.
All right, thank you.
All right. Appreciate you.
Have a good night.
You too.
But yeah, man, like I said today, my thing was I just wanted to go over a few topics that y'all gave me, kind of skim through them real quick, not deep dive too much. So, this is a short episode, but as always, it's your homeboy Cuffed with the Brain Surfing Podcast. Thanks for catching these waves.